morning, good evening, and good afternoon whenever you're watching this. I'm Paranormal Ripples, aka Ray, and I'm joined once again by my friend Scott.
Hello all.
I hope everyone's doing well whenever you're watching this. And if you enjoy this topic, like I said, please like and subscribe. Right, so as you can see, I'm debuting a new show called The Silver Screen Facade about Hollywood and the dark order around there. Yeah, as we all know, Hollywood's a dark place, don't we, Scott?
Yes, we do.
A lot of controversy around the
A
years
lot of
there.
interesting individuals walking around there, and it's like,
Hmm.
It's like in this day and age, do you really want to go that far in becoming a celebrity, or you just want to stay in be those who watch the movies and TV shows?
Yeah, and certain celebrities have somehow not wanted to go down the rabbit hole of what they offer, and somehow found themselves on the other end.
Yep.
As one of the individuals I'm going to be talking about in another show, Prince. He was famous for not wanting to give what they were giving, was he? Prince was always like open-minded and like, no, you can't tell me what to do. I'll tell it as it is. But we're going into someone who is around the circles. Very famously, actually, Kenneth Copeland and
Ooh,
some of these televangelists.
yes. And as we all know, there's a few. I live in one of the states or cities where one of those famous little individuals lived too. And every time you heard him saying he was going to go to the tower, we all know what that means.
Well, we also know about a certain individual who somehow had a news which has been swept under the carpet. Interesting.
Yeah,
But
he
yeah,
was the one that they found money within a wall, if I remember right.
yeah, in his bathroom or something, weren't it? And then something all of a sudden was like, sweep, 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 sweep.
Yep. Nothing to see here. Move along.
And if you notice, that's like Hollywood. If a controversy is there for someone, it can be swept away for a very long time
Oh, yes.
if they want. And I recommend you do some searching on Kenneth Copeland. I'll be showing some TikTok videos in a minute of this man. And I think we can safely say that when he talks, he is like, I don't know about you, Scott, but it looks like he just gives me the creeps every time he just like talks, you know. He has that kind of energy, doesn't he? The
Yep.
way he just the brashness to his words, like it just like makes your skin crawl, and you'll see why in a minute, folks.
Yes.
He's been bemoaned at for his lavish lifestyle. I know a lot. Like, how can someone like what he does, preaching about God in that, and he does this lavish mansion and eccentric. Apparently, his wife's in on it too, which wouldn't surprise me. All that clan.
Well, when money's involved, after a while, you give in to the devil of that little demons.
And yeah, there's obviously I'm going to be going into a lot of secrets and stuff. So yeah, we all know about Hollywood and their famous adrenochrome stuff as well, which that's a controversy in itself, but that'll be on this show as well at some stage. But yeah, this is Kenneth Copeland, everyone. If you don't know who he is, oh, just makes your skin crawl looking at the guy. You just look at him in this, like this one. Like, yeah, he's like this one. Look
Just
at
look
him.
at his eyes. It's like at least one good thing in that shot doesn't look like he had Botox put in his face like a lot of them do.
Yeah, and if you notice, yeah, someone just got mentioned there who's just been famous with who got mentioned along with Harry and Meghan when they were coming out. A certain No. Tyler Perry is involved in it with him as well. So it looks like he's well connected, doesn't it? With the moguls around Hollywood. Yeah, I'm going to retire him.
What do you stress out about there, Kenneth? Don't like being asked questions about where the money's being held, and
Yeah.
because a preacher's supposed to. Granted, you shouldn't have to be living in poverty, but
Oh. You shouldn't, should you? No. He's not even blinking, is he?
no. No, he's not blinking. And they always say never trust a blinking person.
No. And then he even said the comment about he loves her eyes. It's like weird, isn't it? Look. There we go.
There we go. There's the hand gesture. Yeah. See, you see he's getting angry because
Yes.
you can tell by the little expressions that she just asked him something he did not like. And he's trying to use his power and influence to, what's the word, bully her to stop. Or
I've never known the Bible to be like that. People see.
exposes a false prophet and heavy signs of I was supposed to say democratic, demonic evil spirits in him.
Look at him. I don't think he's blinked once since I've seen it.
Nope. Because I've been watching his face and all this too, and
Oh, you're Anal Roberts. Why am I Anal Roberts? Says the Family Guy joke. Said, how many people plays golf? Other people, eh?
oh, Inside Edition. Okay.
I think he's closer to you than anything, mate. I think the devil's closer to you than we think, Kenneth.
Yep, I have to agree.
He is just look. It's like
Is that a cult outfit that he's wearing? Because generally, if you see people start wearing that, they're trying to form form of cult.
Exactly. It's just like, and he was saying that God's a loser. Who says that? You know, when you're preaching about him,
Yeah.
if you're like, you know, this guy just completely bonkers everyone. Look. Yeah, I agree, Thad. Satan's son. I think he might be the way he's looking at it. Look.
So his eyes alone just say screams possessed or.
And yeah, do you remember? I remember seeing it earlier in this clip about his hand, which makes me yeah. No.
Because he was trying to overpower the reporter, and that's why he was screaming at one point in
Look.
time.
If you talk out with his hand, guys, I think something is up with the preacher there. Because your hand doesn't just turn that black over anything, does it? And then we have another weird soul in that same conversation.
Oh,
This
yeah, this is the dude. Yeah.
Look, he's got a $10 million house as well.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I don't believe you should live in poverty, but you shouldn't have a $10 million house if you're claiming that you're going to be a preacher.
No way.
I mean, like I said, I can understand a modest house. Don't get me wrong, but something like that tells me that just screams you're stealing from the pulpit.
He's taking a few things, isn't he? It's like I'll click on it because I know, but that because I won't. But look, it's located in Houston and it's worth that. Here you go. His father bought the house as well, and for $440,000. So in that time, there's been renovations on it or whatever else to make it go up to the $10 million. There you go.
That's just, yeah. If you're making renovations that bring it up to that, then I'm sorry, you're not speaking for the God. You're speaking for the dollar bill.
Yeah. Exactly. I'm not being deceitful. I agree with Barbara there. Biggest scam there is television preachers. Preaching. I respect and I respect their profession, but when they're television preachers, I'm sorry, but they're getting a television salary plus whatever they're doing on the side.
Exactly.
The gospel is to be told, not sold. Exactly. But yeah, this is the guy that Scott was mentioning. Some money was found, and all of a sudden his story went unwell. Well, went away basically. What? We need to hear this one. Look. Pastor Joel Osteen breaks down as he tells congregation $100 million loan he took out to convert an NBA stadium into the Texas megachurch has been paid off after just 19 years thanks to God's money. I'm sorry, but what? $100 million in 19 years? And I'm sorry, but looking at him, it looks like Waterworks. Look, it looks like, you know, baloney on the tears, I think.
Yeah, there's definitely crocodile tears going on there.
Sickening words from Joel Osteen. Nothing would surprise me with all these features. Gun firings out at his church in Lakewood. I remember hearing about that. But someone had enough of him. You know.
Oh, and then we've got the
View.
Yeah. Oh, geez, this is an old one. This has got Barbara in it. This is before they became totally wackadoo. Yeah, this is with Barbara Walters. This is before the View went totally off the beaten track.
Yeah.
The Hags of the View.
I could never do it. Could you do it? Why is it so fucking hard?
And of course, here in Oklahoma, we had old Oral Roberts and his whole thing that he's going to the tower, and if he doesn't get a certain amount of money, guy's going to call him back. And of course, he gets the money.
I'm sorry, but looking at him, he just them two look like the weird. And now he's got 123,000 followers. I don't know. Someone must be buying into it, but you don't know about the controversy with Joel Osteen people. You put in money. Look, someone put this is Reddit from a year ago. He has a net worth of roughly $100 million. When has a preacher had a net worth of $100 million? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
And then apparently he makes $55 million a year by selling books and speaking engagements. How much is he charging, folks?
Here, let me. Okay.
And there's a plumber who found the money in his Lakewood church.
Let's see. Must not be much because I'm finding his books. One's for $9.14, another one's for $4.19. He's got another one for $18.18. Another one for let's just say $11. Another one for, and of course I'm rounding up. Another one for $16.70. So looking like a lot of his books are ranging from at least $18 to $17.
Well, I'm sorry, but I wouldn't be paying for one off of him.
No, me neither.
And yeah, this is the only article I can find on the money situation from way back in 2014.
Yeah, okay, I remember.
In the New York Times, money found by plumber at Joel Osteen's church is tied to a 2014 burglary. The discovery was revealed when the plumber called into a Houston radio show on Thursday. But then if you look now, what do you look? Yeah, look, see, his church is now where the Houston Rockets used to play. That's probably Akeem the Dream probably stuffed it in there. Joking. Yeah, look, look, even people are questioning him on Quora, you know, like how to. Thanks, Mom. How do the police and society not blame Joel Osteen for the embezzled money found in his bathroom? He is the owner of the property. It's pretty obvious.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, because and then you have someone going, Has the found money been absolutely proven to be Joel Osteen and proven to be embezzled? I mean, sure, it seems obvious, but has it been proven? Well, Julie, I'm sorry, but there's not been any what's the word I would say? Follow-ups.
Yeah, there you go. Follow-ups.
All I know is that if I were that plumber, I'd have locked the door, emptied my toolbox, refilled it with the money, and gone out to the truck to swap for another box, and then that's it.
Yeah, I wouldn't. I hate to say it. I hate to sound like a crook, but I'd probably do the same.
It's just
Wall it back. I'd at least do the whole repairing of the wall to give it some appearance as though nothing happened, or saying, "Oh yeah, I repaired this," and stick that money somewhere for a for a rainy day.
Sorry about that, guys. But yeah, look, and then when you put in Kenneth Copeland controversy, there you go. He's made statements about measles vaccines with autism,
and that's been proven. That's been proven wrong as well.
Here you go. Well, let's have a look at this, guys, and you'll know what I mean with televangelists. Look, obviously we'll start with Kenneth.
Because there's another person. Jenny McCarthy. She was going down the whole vaccine autism route as well.
They seem just to be wanting just to spout nonsense just to hope that people can give them something. Here you go. Copeland justified his jet setting by saying that he could not evangelize without their aircraft. If I flew commercial, I'd have to stop 65% of what I'm doing. Yeah, that's what we just saw, guys.
Yeah.
And then that's when he said about when he pointed over that, like, no, I do not. Thing. And you have Jesse Duplantis from Louisiana, who himself was implicated in Copeland's jet scandal. Another one. He's been in hot water for his own jet setting lifestyle, and he claims God told him he needs a private jet.
Bull garbage.
Specifically, a Falcon 7X that carries up to 12 to 16 passengers and reaches speeds of 700 miles an hour. I'm sorry, but I don't know how much one of them is worth, but I can't imagine they're cheap.
I'm looking that up right now. Yeah, I'm looking at the Falcon X right now. All right. Yeah, he doesn't need a plane like that. That's stupid. That's too luxurious for his own good.
And then in the same video, he showed off a photo of 3 planes owned by his ministry that bore the caption, "It's not about possessions, it's about priorities."
Yeah, you're putting money before your congregation. So since you're putting money before your congregation, you're not really as religious as you claim to be. You're a false prophet. You're one of those individuals who'd probably be in the church with the bankers, and we all know the tale behind that one.
Yes. And then we have Gloria Copeland, Kenneth's lovely wife. I'm sorry. She's a preacher herself. And even served as one of Donald Trump's evangelical ministers. And she published on their ministry's Facebook page that children do not need a flu shot because Jesus had already bore our sickness.
I'm sorry, I may believe in God, but we all know the flu can kill people. So
yeah, we don't have a flu season, she said, and don't receive it when somebody's threatening you with, "Everybody's getting the flu. We've already had our shot. He bore our sicknesses and carried our diseases." She sounds as stupid as her husband.
Yeah. Oh, and then we got Franklin Graham. Oh,
yeah, the son of Billy Graham.
Yeah.
He was recently the target of criticism after inflammatory comments he made by Pete Buttigieg. As a Christian, I believe the Bible, which defines homosexuality as a sin, something to be repentant of, not something to be flaunted, praised, or politicized. And there you go. Look, the Bible says marriage is between a man and a woman, not two men, not two women. God does not have a political party.
Pat Robertson of PTL.
Yeah, he's another one who he defended Trump before the 2016 election after a videotape emerged of Trump making vulgar comments about women. And we all know that one.
Grabbing women by the hoo-ha, but yet we've got Clinton who used a cigar with somebody's hoo-ha. So, how many guys have pretty much? If we're gonna crucify anybody for making comments about women's hoo-has, then we're all sinning. So,
I'm not being rude. I'm not justifying it for anyone. But how many times when you've been drinking with your mates or whatever, or you've been with your group of, for example, guy friends, and you've just come out with it and just said, "Oh, I'd love to do her," or "She's got a nice pair," or whatever.
We've all done that.
Not being disrespectful, it happens. I'm not justifying it, but it happens. Yeah. It's society.
Yeah. And women, and don't think women don't say the same thing as well when they're with their friends.
And then they play their card like, "Oh, men are dicks," and that, and yet you go for dicks. That's what makes me laugh with some women. But yeah, this one, I was talking of Clinton. No, I go onto conspiracy Nexus. I talked about
700 Clubs. I was trying to think of.
I talked about, when was it? It was, hang on, guys, I'll soon tell you. Yeah, earlier in the morning for me, but like yesterday morning, in the early hours, I spoke about the conspiracy theory about Hillary and Bill Clinton and the people that somehow mysteriously turned up dead every time something happened. Yeah.
We all. Yeah, you always start thinking, okay, this person passed away, or did they have something on Hillary? Because Hillary, even when they were in college, Bill was fooling around and she helped to hush about 5 or 6 women who made claims upon old Bill.
Yeah, one of the ones that I talked about, and most of all of them. You know, there's a couple that but one of them which really shocked me out was JFK Jr. Because all of a sudden he went and in that plane crash, and then a year later she took over Senate of New York. So how is that a coincidence? And then then there was a thing with the thing in Texas which blew up because of that bomb with all the paperwork in, and that somehow. That somehow happened. Yeah, but there's been always controversies with presidents. I even spoke earlier about the infamous firecracker 400 Daytona race, where Richard Perry won his 200th race, and a certain Ronald Reagan was in the stands that day, and they think that yeah, it was fixed. But yeah, it is Pat saying Robertson compared Trump to a phoenix. They think he's dead, he's come back, and he came back strong. More recently, he called Alabama's abortion ban extreme and ill-considered on the 700 Club, though he has been a vocal opponent of abortion in the past. Then we have Jim Bakker. He spent 5 years in prison on 24 counts of fraud and conspiracy after misappropriating funds from followers for his own use. I'm sorry, but I think that's still going on and you're not doing a thing about it. For certain people. He's attempted to sell properties at his Christian-themed Morningside development in Missouri. Bakker said his development, located in the Ozark Mountains, is the safest place to live when the apocalypse comes. Where are you going to go when the world's on fire? Where are you going to go? This place is for God's people, and this place, we need some farmers to move here.
Jim Jones. Jim Jones.
Yeah. Then we have like Joel Osteen, obviously. He owns one of the largest churches here in America. With 50,000 members and a 600 square foot stadium. Was criticised for not welcoming hurricane evacuees into his Lakewood megachurch.
Oh, that's right. There was something about. I think there was something about the one area was flooded,
Yeah.
and that's why he didn't welcome him in. And but when further investigation it wasn't. It was bad, but it wasn't as bad as he was making it out to be.
Yeah. Yeah, there you go. The building was inaccessible because of severe flooding. There you go, guys and girls. But locals said otherwise, posting photos. And if you click that link, this is a story about it. Yeah. Look, seriously quite sickening when people
I couldn't remember if it was. I remember that happened, but I couldn't remember if it was a hurricane or not that caused the flooding.
Yeah. Regardless of what happened, it brought negative publicity to his church and Osteen, who has a reported net worth of more than $50 million. Well, only has $100 million now, somehow. We have never closed our doors. We are prepared to house people once shelters reach capacity. Lakewood will be of value to the community in the aftermath of this storm. And look at him. Then you have John Gray. He gave his wife a $200,000 Lamborghini for their 8th anniversary in 2018.
And does she honestly drive it, or she just has somebody, or does she have somebody else drive it for her while she sits in the passenger seat?
Perhaps she perhaps, I wonder if some of these wives have started doing OF. Whether they change their tune. God help me to make my wife's dream come true, he wrote in an Instagram post, showing off the luxury automobile. Within days, he defended his purchase online, alleging it was not bought with a nickel or a penny of the church funds, including his salary, in a tearful video. Then we have Robert Jeffress, who has elicited much controversy for his sentiments towards the LGBT community, Mormons, and even Muslims, claiming Muslims practice a religion that promotes pedophilia.
No, I hate to break it to the dude but in their religion, that type of lifestyle is looked down upon and get you killed, literally.
Yes, and I'm sorry, Robert, but I don't think religion comes into it with that word, mate. It can happen to anyone.
Mm-hmm.
The statement resulted in Tim Tebow cancelling an appearance at his First Baptist Dallas church. And that's the ice hockey player, wasn't it? Tim Tebow, I think. I can't believe him, but he was appointed one of President Trump's advisors, another one, and gained national attention when he claimed that God has given Trump authority to take out Kim Jong-un, invoking the Bible's book of Romans to do so. See what we mean about these televangelist people? They're a bit of weird.
Yeah. Because you can imagine what would have happened if Jim Jones was a televangelist back then, instead of going to the that lovely island and having a glass of Kool-Aid.
Mm-hmm. And if you don't know, I know it's just a film, but you should see how a televangelist is as well in the James Bond film License to Kill. That is how some of these are. Because he was docking on the side as well with drugs and Sanchez, weren't he?
Mm-hmm.
And then we have John Agee. He said in 2014 that a tetrad, or 4 consecutive and complete lunar eclipses over the span of 2 years of blood moons, signaled the end times. God is literally screaming at the world, "I'm coming soon," he said. And in 2008, he suggested that Hurricane Katrina was God's punishment for New Orleans planning a gay pride rally for the LGBT community. I'm laughing because it's flipping stupid.
It's they've been given too much power, and a lot of people are actually listening to them and being
if you follow one of these, if you follow one of these people, I'm sorry, wake up.
Yeah.
Because
they're telling you to give you money, exceeding your income, then you're being conned and manipulated.
Yeah, because I'm not in this evil, guys. That is just 10 of them. But I bet if I put in more, you'd get more named up. Like, there's Pat Robertson. Look, if you look at Cora, here you go. There's some more here. Look, T.D. Jakes, Paula White, Joyce Meyer. And then we have him again.
Oh, okay. I thought I recognized Myers. Oh, Jim and Tammy Faye Baker, yeah. And then, of course, the top guy's Oral. He's the one that kept on crying.
Oh. Look, even here, I'm not being this helpful. Some guys are waking up to it. Look, do Christians who give their money to televangelists know that they're being scammed? Like, yeah, guys, there's talk of this, Tammy Faye, talk of the scandal. When the empire all came crashing down amid sex and financial scandals.
Yeah. Like I said, yeah, he was the one Oral was the one that said he kept on going to the towers. And so if you ever come out to Tulsa and you see those two tall towers at the ORU thing, that's where he's talking about, because it's near the River Spirit Casino.
March 20th, 1987, it all came crashing down. If you look, guys.
Yep. Jim and Tammy Faye Baker. She's famous for the old mascara running crying.
Yeah, and that was what, look, Jessica Hahn, for the people who don't know, the young church secretary from Long Island.
Yeah, she was the one who had fun with old Baker, and in a Sam Kinison video, she appeared in one of his music videos.
And it even says there, look, the way Jessica Hahn later described her sexual encounter with Jim Baker sounds very much like the R word.
Yeah, Jim and Tammy Faye Baker.
Obviously, you know, guys, yeah, look, there's more there on videos, but yeah. Then more. Billy James Argus. Number one. TB Joshua, look, another one. This is probably in Nigeria, though. Look, he physically and sexually abused for dozens of his followers in crimes that spanned continents and went for decades. That just came out in January, guys. So yeah. When you're next looking at a televangelist, just think that they might have a dark past like this, because this guy is only just come out in January. And I don't think they knew back then.
Oh, Tammy Faye.
Yeah, they done him film her and Andrew Garfield.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess the makeup alone must have broke the bank with all the crying and all the mascara running.
to be honest, I'm. Well, Christians in the UK, these US televangelists are embarrassing distant relatives. Someone can't speak English there, guys.
I know there's a lot of times I try to read some of a lot of stuff online, and or a lot of things for people down. It's like, I know I can't be that illiterate. Just the way they happen to phrase it.
I haven't played the trailer for you guys if you've already seen the film and that, but judging by that first judging by this screenshot here, you can already tell what kind of lifestyle they were leading up till before their demise.
Yep.
So yeah. But next time you see a televangelist, guys, make sure that one, you do your own work on them, and two, if there's
Don't
one
send
of
them money.
yeah, and if it's one of the ones that we've mentioned, definitely look at their history.
I
Please.
forget the guy's name. I used to follow him on Facebook, and he was a preacher, and of course I agreed with half the stuff he said now and again, but the moment he had a rally to burn books, I thought no, and these were books like like Harry Potter and all these other, and he's trying to make it seem so anybody was just wanted to be entertained by that stuff. And I'm thinking, no, if you're dropping into the whole let's burn book stuff, I don't care if I agree with the book or not. No, you're not for me anymore. I'm, like I said, I no longer, I don't remember the guy's name, but this happened like 3 or 4 years ago.
Yeah, I'm not being rude. If you're gonna, if they talk about burning books, either they've got something wrong with them, or they just think that they're doing something that is God's cause, which ain't completely right. And there's a video even on Twitter that you can look back at 2024 before I finish this part here, and I'll be back with another show in a minute and that. But yeah, he laughs, Kenneth Copeland, at the media for declaring that Joe Biden has won the election and will become president. Like, look at him.
I know he's quite interesting, to say the least. That's all I can say.
And I think that, Sophia, you're right. I think he is into that kind of C word, to be honest, the way his actions are.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. Obviously stay away from him as much as you can, because out of all the ones I think that we discussed tonight, I think him and maybe Joel are the two that I would not want to be near. What about you,
They look
Scott?
too suspicious. They look like they take your money and run.
Especially when they say stuff like, the God told me to get this plane. Well, I have no idea how they get away with it.
Yeah, they They definitely know how to try to. They're basically flim flam men.
They really are. It's a very weird breed.
Oh man, this is the George Bailey moment, man.
All I'm going to say is, like I said, just do your own work on them, guys. And yeah, know their history. And like Scott said, don't give them money, please.
Definitely.
Because yeah, you're just feeding into what they want, not what they're preaching.
Yeah.
Normally people don't have that. They don't collect.
They may tell
Hey.
you differently, but definitely, if your gut's telling you you don't trust them or don't send them money and they keep pressuring you to, just go, no, thank you, and just walk on by.
Yep. Just walk on by and just let them have their thing with themselves. Well, I'm going to leave this part here, everyone. So thank you all for taking the time to watch, and thank you, Scott.
You're welcome.
And I'll be back again in a minute, because I'm going to do another show. Don't know whether Scott's going to be joining me, but if he is, you'll see him again in a minute, everyone. If not, thank you again, like I said, and go and follow, subscribe to him on YouTube. What is that, Scott?
It's called the Blind Dyslexic. You can find me on the YouTubies, and I also have a blog page called The Blind Dyslexic. You might want to look up Blind Dyslexic Cliffhanger Saga, because that way you'll get to it closer. And check this guy out, because he also does a cast occasionally with the awesomeness that is Matrix Lord 212.
Yes, we do. We do the Doctor Who stuff on there with the real reviews, and we do the Everything show as well. When it gets around to stuff to talk about on there. But yeah, I'll be back again in a minute, guys. So thank you again and take care.